Kill Complacency, a podcast that inspires growth and intentionality and helps you overcome your greatest obstacles.
So, Kim, do you do the edits for them?
So my business up until now has been a year program where I did a bucket load of editing. And now I do editing only on the first initial draft, which is a different kind of editing than the second and third drafts. The second and third drafts are like you hire an editor specifically who's not really going to do a lot of coaching. They're just going to get your book developmentally tight.
So
I do editing that's more your voice. It's voice, it's content, it's chapter headers, it's what's in the chapters. It's making sure that they are writing the book they want to write. Because when you get to that second and third draft, that's messy to try to fix that.
Yeah. So what I did is I actually hired a company I read this book called Published, Chandler Bolt, and then I did this program. But they farm out, I can't remember what the company is now, but they do 3 or 4 rounds of edits.
Some water.
And the first round was like the content edit. And the editor basically told me, "You suck." Not really, but tore my heart out a few times.
That's good.
No, you need to move this to here, get rid of this chapter. It was like, brutal. It was good.
I'm glad you got a good person who didn't just placate you.
Oh, yeah. So then we'd send it to copy editing. I think it's copy editing. And now we're proofreading. I should get proofreading back this week. So
nice. Amazing. I love that.
But the whole time, I feel like they ripped my heart out. Anyway, it's good,
there's ways to do that are constructive. I think
they've been good.
That's good.
Yeah. What is a common hindrance to people writing? Because for me, I guess I feel like whether it's journaling, I think there's a lot of benefit just to people journaling. And I wish, because that's been really good for me, I wish I could get more men to do that. But what is what do you think? Yeah, and I think it's just because you process so much.
Yeah, I think yes and no. As someone who moved a couple times and threw away stacks and stacks of journals of the same baloney over and over and over and over again, I now journal very intentionally. Okay. I have a Dear God journal on my laptop that is more like what has gone on in my day or what will go on in my day or what's come up for me in my day. So I can look back at the year that just passed and see patterns in behavior or reflect and be grateful, all that kind of stuff. My paper journal is barely opened, but when I do open it, it's like it doesn't need structure. It's deeper.
You just need a dump.
Regurgitations. Yeah. And I go to those less and less and less. I find when you're intentional with a book and you have a book idea, you just I tell my clients always, get rid of those I don't want to hear about journaling. It's a distraction. It's a procrastination. It's an illusion that you're writing. When you're ready to write that book, it's book.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
Period. If you want to journal and talk about your life to yourself, great. But that's not what books are for.
Yeah.
So has anyone come to me that's the men that have come to me to write books never have talked about journaling. And I haven't asked. And they're very intentional about getting their books done.
Sure. No, I agree with that. I guess what I have gleaned from journaling a little bit and then writing is the way it helps me process different things.
Yeah. Yeah. And 100%.
Maybe good or bad, but it makes you, I guess, maybe to ask if this is a vulnerable question to you. When you wrote your book the first time, was it hard to relive some of or maybe the second time when you did the self-help part of it? Was it hard for you to relive some of those things and bring them up? Or
it was hard to relive behavior that I had done. So I wasn't writing so much about the sexual abuse. I was writing more about what kind of person I was as a mother. And I was writing about how I behaved with my anger before I faced the abuse. And I was writing it to help survivors who weren't facing their stuff to be like, okay, are you screaming at someone and you don't know why? Here's why. So I had regrets and sadness to relive that, but I was already in a healing pattern with my family. So I had that kind of to balance it to a large degree.
Yeah. A book I read last year, I think, is called How We Love. And it's a marriage book. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's interesting. Kim, right away when I started it, I called my sister and I said, will you do this with me? Because right away they asked, I said, right away they ask a question. And the question is, how were you comforted as a kid?
Yes, it's attachment theory. It's attachment theory. Yeah.
And I knew, I could tell right away this book was going to stir some childhood emotions.
Yep.
But their thesis would be that based on how you felt comforted as a kid, you responded in XYZ. And now you do that with your spouse.
Yeah.
But you also do it as a parent. And so the book is really powerful because it helps you do some self-evaluation of your childhood, but it makes you want to change for the sake of your kids. What you were talking about there remind me of that. Just we want the world for our kids. And maybe our spouse has to put up with us, but we don't want our kids to have the same baggage we do. So anyway, it's a really powerful book. At least in my opinion.
That's amazing. Yeah, attachment theory and all that. You go to couples therapy. A lot of couples therapists will want to talk about what your coping mechanisms were, where you were, what's the word for it, soothed as a child. And that definitely comes into relationships, right? And that definitely comes into what you're capable of as a parent. Yeah, I wish I had known what I knew when my kids were really little. I did the best I could. I wasn't a terrible parent. I was a very loving parent. There was just a lot of like broken parts of me that would come out. And yes, my kids look, I always laugh. Anyone that I know that's a parent's like, our kids are going to go to therapy about something we did wrong. There's nothing. You are not. You're not going to get 100 on your scorecard. There are going to be wounds, and if you can talk about them and be open about it. My older daughter, who's 20 now, was not like thrilled to know about my past with sexual abuse at the age of 12. She thought it was too young, but I thought it was important that she know. I probably would have waited a little bit longer to tell her. And I really haven't had much of a dialogue about it with my younger daughter, who's 16. I think she has just gleaned from the periphery the situation.
That always happens with younger kids.
And that's fine. That's enough. Yeah.
And
I think my older daughter now has a lot of mad respect for me because of it, and has a lot of, both my kids have a lot of like strong boundaries because of it.
In a good way?
Yeah. In a good way. Yeah. In a good way.
It's hard. That sexuality is hard with kids because you want to tell them at a good age. You want them to be mature. They're getting the message. You want it to come from you. There's no perfect answer to that. And if you wait too long, it's more awkward. So
it's just, they're like, they're so far beyond. I'm Gen X. They're so different. It's like, this is a whole other podcast conversation.
For sure. Okay. I want to circle back to the delicious life.
Okay.
I feel I've talked to a few other moms on here about mom guilt and how they miss out on intentionality, on maybe fitness. That would be one I would say. They won't treat themselves to exercise because they feel so busy taking care of things in the home. What would you say to that mom in regards to the delicious life? Like, how would you speak truth to her about not feeling guilty to take care of herself?
So you're never going to not feel guilty. There's always going to be something we think we're not doing, especially if you don't care. But what this delicious life and living a delicious life with intention is about, it's about those small, joyful moments of self-kindness. So say you're a track mom, which I was, and you're spending all weekend at a track meet. And these track meets go from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and there's no internet. So you're not working at the track meet. You're just at the track meet. I would loop the track. I would just walk the track. And I would get on the phone and I'd call people I hadn't talked to for a while and I'd make the most of my time. So I didn't feel like I was just sitting there eating potato chips all day, stressing out about work. And I was like, I'm going to get my steps in. I'm going to get my exercise in. Right. Or I'd go meet someone that was a parent that I'd strike up a conversation and I ended up having this like deep conversation with someone I never would have normally met unless we were at a track meet together all day. And so I would say, look for your delicious opportunities where they are. Stop trying to force the opportunities to be if your schedule doesn't allow it. I just wrote about this on my Substack today, which is give yourself permission. It's igiveYouPermission.substack.com. And I said, I basically ate the goldfish out of the baggie because I was hungry on running around and driving around. I couldn't stop at like Erewhon or Whole Foods and get like seed crackers and I just couldn't. I had to eat the goldfish. And even now that I'm not eating the goldfish, I'm still doing things for my 16-year-old. I'm still doing, just because they're a little more independent doesn't mean I don't feel like I have to do a million things. And some weeks you are doing more things than other weeks, but the guilt is not anything. The guilt can be assuaged by these little acts of just, you're waiting for someone that you got to pick up, walk around the park, walk into that store that has hats that you've always wanted to go to. You know, make the most out of the time in the little pockets you can, and you'll have less stress.
That's really good. Years ago, we've often talked about this. I read some book to my boys, and it was about two boys, and one got super smart, elementary age kids, and the other one didn't. And they asked the smarter kid, like, how did you learn this? And he said, in my spare moments. And we've often talked about that. That is what the delicious moments come in the spare moments. It's
but you have to be intentional about the spare moments, right? Yes. You have to, you can't just hope on a wing and a prayer they're going to come. You have to say, oh, I can get up right now and I can go walk around the block. Now, if you don't go walk around the block because your voice is, I need to send that one last email. I need to do that one last LinkedIn post. I need to call on that MRI my kid had that I don't have the result for. That's on you. You got to get up out of the chair and believe, because you have no idea what God has in store for you while you're walking around the block. We don't believe there's bigger and better. We get into this tunnel vision. Yes. This is the way my calendar is. This is the way my day is. This is the way it's going to go. You hold on like a cat on a curtain. You don't let go. And versus you suddenly get this great idea and you're like, wait, that doesn't fit into the calendar. Let it happen, because it might be a download of something even better that's going to wipe out all that other crap you don't want to do.
Great. Yeah, we can get so busy doing the stupid stuff that we miss out on stuff that doesn't matter. Is it always sporadic, Kim, or does a guy try to say, hey, tomorrow when I'm at track, I'm going to call these people? Or
it's very spontaneous, and you've got to trust yourself enough to lean into the spontaneous spirit. Because if you make it a task, now you're going to feel bad that you didn't go to the track meet and call the 7 people on the list. Now you're making a list and you got the 7 people. Now you've got an agenda. Now you're irritated. No, just take a deep breath. Go to the track meet, sit down and go, okay, all right. Okay, I'm here for 8 hours. Okay, what do I want to do? I'm going to watch for a little while because I like watching fast kids. It's fun. And then when I'm bored, I'm going to go wander and see what happens and see who it is I feel inclined to call. Check on that person, sing happy birthday to someone, do this, do that, go chat with this person, chat with that person. You find out who you are in those moments that are unplanned, where you don't have really anything on the agenda. You really discover who you are. You're really a human in your body in those moments.
That's good. This is really good for me because I can be really task orientated and put a lot on myself to get XYZ done. This is a good conversation.
Yeah, see? It's right for men too.
No, it is. It is.
This is perfect for me. I'm like, damn, I can't wait for this podcast to come out because this is all good stuff for my book that I have not written down. I've been writing it on a Post-it. I'm like, wow, that's really good. I didn't realize that I thought that.
Yeah, we're
See, that's the thing is I'm still in the ideation process of the book. When you're in a proposal process, you're still writing stuff down. It's in the book proposal, but as I talk about it and I get fired up about it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is my brand. This is so my brand.
It's beautiful. Okay.
Thank you.
I probably could talk to you forever, but I want to wrap this up. I've got 4 questions. What is something you are doing right now that your future self is going to thank you for?
Oh, wow. That is such a good question. I am trying to speak on a ton of podcasts this year and really have a voice and push myself to have these conversations because I'm going to find the newest version of myself by talking to people like you.
Through interviews, yeah.
I'm really happy I pushed it to get on all these interviews.
What are you doing to get on podcasts?
I love Threads. It's my new discovery. Women are just dropping, hey, I have a podcast. Do you want to come on my podcast?
And you're just putting yourself out there.
Just fill out the form. That's another thing that women do is they go, oh, the form. I'll look at it on my phone and I'll be like, I really need to get it perfect. So I need to wait and sit down and really think this through. No, I did a podcast form 2 minutes before I got on with you.
Okay.
I was like, now's the moment. Because they say, tell me a little bit about yourself. You know about yourself. Just say some shit. Like, it's all going to be real. It doesn't have to be the perfect bio pasted in with the graphic. Just say who you are. And if they resonate, if they don't, next.
I wanted to get you on because you've written books. And that's where I'm at. And I thought, she's a coach. Like, I can ask her some stuff. But then when I dug in, I was like, ooh, I want to hear about the rewrite. And
that's good. Did you get what you came for?
For sure.
Good.
A lot more. Hey, another question I have for you. If you could give your 20-year-old self advice, what advice would you give her?
Don't go to step aerobics class at 5 a.m. Sleep in, chill out.
Give
Not going to matter.
Grace, huh? Yeah.
And also, I was so stressed out in my 20s. I would say just like, you have no idea how long your life's going to be. You have no concept of how long your life's going to be. And I would just say, relax.
That's so good. That's good advice. All right. What's a favorite book or quote that has inspired or motivated you?
Oh, gosh, I have to look over at my books. Okay, so I have been reading a lot of fiction books lately. I haven't been reading a lot of self-help books. I needed to get away from the self-help books that I've been reading. And I just read this incredible book called Lavender House. I have to look because it's on my bookshelf. And it's a mystery. It's like a whodunit book in San Francisco in the 50s that deals with gay rights. And how bad it was for people who were gay. And I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Fiction. I'm trying to read only fiction right now.
Yeah, gay rights is something that's changed a lot. I remember even maybe in the 90s.
The brutality in the 50s was shocking.
I think it was like in the 90s, Kim, there was a guy that was gay in Wyoming, and I think some cowboys like drug him behind his truck. Like, it wasn't that long ago.
It's not. No, it's not that long ago. Yeah.
Lavender House. That's interesting. Interesting name.
I know. It was recommended to me at a romance bookshop, which I thought was funny because there were romances, but I had been very clear. I didn't want to read. I wanted something like a romance book that was like off the beaten path. And so she gave me that, and it was really good. Really good. You see, I can't see the author. The book's too far away. But just look it up. Lavender House. Yeah.
Next question for you. If this was your final message, What does Kim O'Hara want the world to know? What is the key thing that she wants to leave to the world?
Take 10 minutes to be with yourself and see what emerges. And if you don't trust it the first time and you don't trust it the second time, when the third time happens, I would highly suggest trusting it because it is your special message from your psyche talking to you.
Isn't it so hard in our day and age to pause long enough to listen to it?
It can be. I mean, when I go to the desert and I go to Joshua Tree a fair amount, the silence, the lack of noise and sound pollution, my mind opens up tremendously. And it would be great if we could live like that all the time. It's my goal someday for sure. But right now I'm in LA and it's just, you're constantly barraged with people and
noise.
Stuff. And it is what it is. So it's harder to get those 10 minutes. But yeah, I'll stand on the ocean. I live on the ocean, so I'll stand by the ocean, or I'll just get quiet and just, it's a fight. It's a daily fight to do it, but it works when you can.
That's good. All right. How do people find, follow, and buy your books?
Well, that's a great question. I'm at KimO'Hara.com if you want to come write an amazing best-selling book with me. And I have a free resource from overwhelmed to organized that has a lovely video of me and worksheets that you can do for free to get to know me, to decide if you want to buy from me and have me coach you. And then KimO'HaraAuthor.com is all my publications. Like I've been in the LA Times and I've written funny pieces about relationships. I'm a published essayist and I have a Substack, igiveYouPermission.substack.com. And then I'm on Instagram and all that. You can find that through my website.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kim, for being on, and looking forward to following you.
I look forward to your book and your book launch and your book signings and your book promoting. And I hope to see lots and lots of it, or you're going to get emails from me.
The journey is just beginning, huh?
It is.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
I wanted to thank you guys for listening to the end. In closing, I just wanted to add that if this message resonates with you, if it aligns with your values, and something in it today triggered something, then you can also look me up on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. We are really trying to help people live more intentional lives, to kill the complacency with which they have subscribed to. I know there's many ways which I get sucked in all the time. So if this is beneficial, follow me there.